Okay, here we are. Hi, everyone. It's Wednesday and it's in the spotlight with Tyra. I am so glad you joined me today. I'm here on Vancouver Island, BC, Canada. I was just saying to the girls, we're running late, but they'll say, hey, it's a bunch of women anyway, and they're often late. So you're going to excuse us. So, today we're going to be talking about one of OnPassive's upcoming products. And everybody's getting extremely, extremely excited about them. What it's called is O-Cademy, and it's all about online learning. So what my plan is going forward with these interviews is hopefully little by little I can bring you just kind of some little tidbits about the different products, because there are 50 products in total with the OnPassive suite. So that's pretty exciting. Now, a little bit of business here. If you've never been on StreamYard, you need to tap that logo and give them permission, because I absolutely love it when you guys interact. I would love to hear from you as we're doing the interview. Of course, I won't be able to answer you, but please, if you have any comments or anything, go ahead and share that with us, and I'll put them on the screen. If you have never followed me before, you're welcome to follow me on TN Grow Wealth Together. I would love to see you there. And also, I am on YouTube, so this will be up there once I get it all done up. So, without further ado, let us get our ladies up here. Hi, ladies. Thanks for joining me today.
Hello.
Nice to see you, Tyra.
Thanks. So I want you each to introduce yourself. So Marcella, if you would go ahead and just tell us about yourself.
Okay. I am also from Vancouver Island, just like Tyra, not far from her. I have been a teacher for 26 years. I have had the opportunity to teach all sorts of things. I have taught in multiple areas, from northern BC in Fort Nelson to central BC, in Kelowna to southern BC, just north of Victoria, our capital. And I have taught everything from grade 6 and 7, learning assistants, kindergarten. I ran a daycare and taught pre-kindergarten, and I've been a college instructor and taught those in their 20s and 30s. So every age known to education almost. And I love teaching. I love learning. I am a learner, lifelong learner myself. And it's going to be absolutely thrilling to be able to use these products to share beyond just a classroom, worldwide, anywhere. The sky is the limit. The imagination can run wild. So,
wow, beautiful credentials. Thank you so much for joining us, Marcella, my near neighbor here. And so, Jaquie, let's hear from you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jaquie, and I am from Australia. My background is health and sport. I had a first degree in applied science in disability, and then 10 years later, after working in the sport and health field, I went back and did my master's in teaching. So I'm a little bit newer than Marcella to the field, but I enjoy helping people learn, and that is in all aspects, and the lifelong journey, and just the ability that helping people through learning gives them access to many things in life.
Oh, that's wonderful. So where I first saw or met you, you had been doing a bit of research because you wanted to learn about the O-Cademy and what OnPassive is going to be bringing forward. And something that it seems to me is that online learning seems modern and simpler and much more viable. So, Jaquie, go over a few things for us about some of the things you've discovered.
Yeah, no worries. So the drive for this change from classroom face-to-face to online learning is seen because of the low cost, high convenience and its accessibility. And people are looking for those sorts of things, whether it's for your young children so you don't have to drive, or even if it's for myself when I've gone back to study, you're looking for further learning that is convenient to yourself. And that's what's transforming this into a predominated force. The technology behind it, so with OnPassive, we've got the machine learning and the artificial intelligence, and those algorithms will actually inform teachers of their students' learning and the next steps that need to take place, and help automate that a little bit more across the journey. And these actually has a bit of a tech name, is what I've found out in my learning. Just let me have a quick look here so I don't get it wrong. So they are known as learning experience platforms, and also next level management systems is a bit of the tech language behind them. And the market that this OnPassive Academy feature is going to launch into is predicted to rise to $350 billion by the year 2025. So that was by Forbes.com. Massive market. And you know, we've had Corona since that particular piece of information came out. So I predict that they'll probably revise these figures, and we may see that come forward by a year or two as we all go to that online learning system quicker than what we anticipated.
Wow. Those are just amazing numbers, because that's global, right?
Yeah, well, from Forbes, I'm predicting global, and a lot of the stats I did were American based. Okay. So they currently, with like American college, 30% of students prior to coronavirus were already engaging it with at least one subject online, and then from there, that there was more continuous increases with wanting to do further study online. It rose to 67% who were doing either all of it online or some, and then there was an added 12% who would have done online content if their device had allowed them to. So the demand is definitely there, and it is growing.
Right. Well, it must be huge. I have 2 grandchildren in university, and of course, our universities here in Canada, most of them, I don't know all of them, Saskatchewan and Alberta are closed down. So the kids are back home, and that's exactly what they're doing. And I've seen so many schools and universities rushing to try to get things to facilitate online. So Marcella, I'm thinking of my grandchildren, they're in university. Now, Marcella, with your vast experience, do you think online learning is a good option even for the younger students?
Totally depends on the age. I find the younger, it's not easy for them. But as you get a little bit grade 3, 4, and up, that kind of thing, given the right environment and wonderful platform, there is no decrease in their ability to learn. Of course, they miss their friends and whatnot potentially, but in these times with what's going on around the world, and it provides options for parents. Not everybody wants to have their children in a public place, and it doesn't necessarily have to have anything to do with COVID or anything. It could be other situations as well, childhood anxiety, etc. And it is an excellent opportunity now. Totally opened up our ability to teach and reach kids in different areas who can't come to a school for whatever the reason might be. And yes, it's definitely become an excellent opportunity.
Wow. So Jaquie, do you feel with what you've discovered that how can I say this, that the benefits will outweigh any negatives as far as online learning with a few of the things that you've discovered?
Yes, there will be certainly benefits. As Marcella was describing, the social interaction bit can probably never really be replaced, because that's a skill in itself, being able to talk to somebody face to face and knowing when to respond. But there is so many benefits that will come forward from this. One in particular that I found in the research, and which will be a massive driver for that market I was talking about earlier, is the developing countries that will be able to eventually access this technology. And this will give them access to world-class education that may not have been available to them face to face, or even available in their country. And I stumbled across an article by UNICEF. I'm not sure if that's familiar with you guys, who UNICEF are.
Yeah.
And it was about a community in the Amazon, and with coronavirus, they had to have gone to remote learning. And this community couldn't access through their television or their radio. Obviously, they've probably got lack of internet signal too. So UNICEF went in there and actually put speakers down their street and broadcasted recorded lessons through the speakers in their street.
Wow.
And I just think, wow, when the technology is available to them, they're going to have so much at their fingertips that they've never experienced before, and it's just going to blow everybody's minds what's out there and what they can learn about.
Wow, that's really something, hey? The options that are there.
And us as founders will be able to contribute to their learning too, as well. That's what I was loving. I was like, I can't wait to give donations to be able to put more infrastructure out there to help them learn.
Oh, indeed, yes. So something I had read, I can't remember because I was reading a bunch of stuff just to kind of understand some of the things you guys were talking about, but something I read was about that the learning time would actually decrease 25 to 60% with online learning, because it was saying that it would be more focused and concise. Do you guys agree with that? What can I get some feedback on that?
For sure.
Go ahead, Marcella. Yeah.
Well, speaking from an elementary school or high school sense, definitely more concise. You're doing, shall I speak for the amount of times classrooms are distracting and other things are going on and there's constantly interruptions. Ooh, it's recess now or something. That's, kids, all-inclusive classrooms. I have no issue with that. However, I have to admit, they're busy, they're distracting, and the fact that you can focus and pay attention, I've seen it a lot now. A lot of kids, especially the ones that love to focus, especially the kids that find it difficult with the distraction, and they have the opportunity to focus. Oh, big time. They can learn and they can listen, and they don't have the other things going on around them, and it's excellent. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Jaquie, do you want to add to that? Oh.
Yeah, and I probably would put that through on a corporate sense. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. From a corporate sense, there's a buzzword out there that's called micro-learning. So 1% of time is suggested through research that staff and employers should have devoted to their professional development. And that's around, on a normal 8-hour day, it's around 4 to 5 minutes. So this micro-learning could be where you come into work, you jump on the OnPassive O-Cademy, and you do your professional development for the first 5 minutes of the day, and then you're able to go off and do your normal duties for the rest of your shift. And the company actually benefits massively from that, because I think 60% of costs for training is related to travel, and being able to keep your staff ahead of the game by improving their learning and what they know, your company then also benefits through their profits and things like that.
Oh, wow, that's really something. So it's not just universities or schools, it's companies, it's businesses using it for employees, things like that too.
Yeah. As Marcella
Yes.
said earlier, we are lifelong learners and we are forever learning something new.
Yeah, we're kind of getting a cutting in and out a little bit, Jaquie. I caught a bit of that. It's always the joy of long distance connections.
For sure.
So, you know, there was so much more, like when you start looking at this, as far as, you know, we don't know the full far reaching of what O-Cademy is going to be offering us. We won't know the fullness until it launches publicly. But there are so many venues in this because teachers can be on there teaching classes. You can charge a fee and it's a way for you to get paid. It's probably much more reasonably priced if somebody wants to pay for a course, you know, things like that. Like there's just so much here. And of course, as teachers, now all of a sudden you guys aren't just in your town in Australia or your town in Canada. Now all of a sudden you can start reaching out if you want to have global classrooms.
Exactly.
So is that anything, you know, we don't really know what's going to go on in the next several months and stuff as far as what's happening in our world, but is it a strong option for you ladies of something you've been thinking about, that once O-Cademy does launch, that it would be something that you want to get involved with and possibly offer your services online?
Absolutely. My imagination's running wild. Not only have I thought about things as an elementary school and high school teacher to teach, but I have also, I love being a lifelong learner, and I have completed my provincial examination in financial education. So I'm looking very much forward to sharing the knowledge that I have learned in that capacity as well. So I have several different things that I'm thinking about doing, from reading children's books online to teaching financial education. My mind is blowing up. I'm going to have to focus or I'm going to drive myself crazy. But no, the opportunities are absolutely endless. And as people, just looking forward to all of it, from teaching algebra to teaching financial education. I'm game. I'm ready.
Oh, that's awesome. That really does sound exciting. You know, for you, Jaquie, what do you see happening, or how do you see yourself using O-Cademy?
Yeah, I can see it in lots of ways. So part of my current role, because I work in health, is that we embed health literacy into hospitals. So it's about when people come to their facility that their signage is in the right language and understandable, that their pamphlets are easy to read, and we embed modules already online for their training. So I can see that, you know, that particular program being broadened across, you know, could go national, it could go international. So just those minor concepts have a little bit more ability to gather momentum and go further than anyone ever anticipated. And then also a big thing of mine is I like sport. I love being involved with local community. I play netball and I've played hockey, basketball, anything with a ball in it. I'm out there shooting hoops or hitting it with a stick. So I see the online platform as another way to get out there for physical activity and engage people online. So, you know, it's not always being sedentary, and, you know, you can make it for all levels, right from those who need an all ability lens right through to, you know, elite athletes with conferences with their coaches.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so it's really quite far reaching, isn't it? It's really something. Wow. Well, I'm just really blown away. You know, the more you look into OnPassive. And as I said before, we're just looking at one product, and we could probably go on talking. We're almost 20 minutes already. We could probably go on talking another 20 minutes or hour for all the kinds of options that would be before a person. You know, I have some friends that homeschool their kids because they have chosen not to put them in public schools. And I was talking to them about this, and they too were saying, like, you know, if there's curriculum online that they can use and integrate into what they're doing, they would just be tickled. So, you know, there again, homeschools, I never thought of that, you know, so there's a lot of options with that all.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else you ladies would like to add before we start wrapping up here? I'd love to hear anything else you think you want to add to this.
I'll let you go first, Jaquie, if you want to share anything.
Let's just have a quick brief at my notes, but I think what OnPassive O-Cademy brings is a big change in that pedagogical shift of how we teach. It will be a massive game changer on our delivery and how we develop inquiry learning and everything like that. And the kids and adults will have so much information to grasp, and the machine learning and algorithms behind it will really increase that and enhance what's offered to them.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you want to wrap up something, Marcella?
I just wanted to say I'm really looking forward to an all-inclusive platform that has everything where it is. Part of my issue with trying to do anything technological is the complexity. I don't like the extra cost. I don't like the little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything else. It's going to be so exciting to have everything more simply put, that we can and learn things and share things. And the last thing you want to be doing with is fighting with complicated technology when you've got 8 pieces that you need to try and bring together to make them work. It's just, it puts me off, and then I don't want to do it. So the exciting thing is to be able to focus on the creativity and the sharing of education and everything, and not have to fight with the platforms.
Right. That was something that really came forward in some of our meetings, was the usability of the product and the ease, the user-friendly, because our CEO, Ash Mufara, wants to make this very accessible to anybody, you know. So, wow, it's really going to be something, you know. I want to wrap up, and I do want to say, if you're listening to this and this is piquing your interest, one of the best things that each of us could agree to is becoming a founder. And becoming a founder costs you $97. You get in, you have a position for life, and you have access to 50 products. I'm going to say that again, because 50 products. This O-Cademy is one of them. So, you know, if you're a teacher or any kind of person, you know, people have talked about chefs going on this, and, you know, health instructors, all these things, like this, endless. I really recommend reach out to myself, reach out to Marcella, to Jaquie. Any one of us will help you get to where you need to go, because becoming a founder, you need to have a private invitation. So please feel free, as I said, reach out to us. We would love to help you. This is going to be on my Facebook page, and it will also be on my YouTube channel. So I will put the link there. And yeah, this is something you guys have to really look at, you know, in whatever area, whatever field that you're in. It is going to be extremely beneficial. So that is about it, ladies. I am so appreciative that you joined me today. You guys gave us some really good information. And yeah, that's basically a wrap. Thanks for taking the time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or evening. Jackie's in a different time zone than we are. So thanks very much. All the best to each of you, and we'll talk again.
Thank you for having us on, Tyra.
For sure. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tyra. It's been great.
That's awesome. See you guys.
Bye.